Hello everyone, welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 1, Hibs 0. Something to get into, I think, maybe, I don't know. My name's Scott Carney, I'm with Ali Pearson.
That was turgid. That was a very hard watch. The cliche 3 points and up the road. Well, it was worse than that. That was aye, we'll get on to it.
Jamie?
We're finally back at Ibrox, but it doesn't really feel that good, does it? It doesn't feel that good. No, you're expecting, especially after Thursday, the performance that we put in, expected something from Rangers today, but really it was so flat, and I'm sure we're going to go into that.
Yeah, to caveat some of what I'm about to say, I of course am delighted the fact that Rangers have got 3 points. Yes, I am. However, that was 90 minutes of pretty turgid stuff from Rangers. Nothing really about today was enjoyable or entertaining or anything like that. And I know sometimes it is all about just getting the 3 points. However, after such a positive result that we got on Thursday and performance that we got on Thursday, I think we were all quite rightfully expecting a little bit more than what we got. The starting 11 was Butland, Tavernier, Souttar, Propper, Jeffrey, Barron, Raskin, Lawrence, McCausland started on the left, Tierney started on the right, and Igaman started through the middle. No Diamande on the bench, mate. I've not checked social media to see what happened there, but rotation in terms of what, maybe 4, 5 kind of changes from Thursday night, so you're maybe expecting no serious sort of drop off anyway.
Yeah, we're going to have to do this with the amount of games we've got coming up. Obviously, Leon coming up, Johnson on the Sunday next week as well, so we're going to have to do it. I was happy to see Igaman for the middle. We've all been waiting to see Igaman start a game. Also, come on to it. But yeah, it was good to see him. Tierney, I don't think he wanted it. McCausland for me, wanting at the start. I know we talked about that. I think McCausland's been very bright in a couple of cameo appearances, so he deserved to start for me. So, no major issues, to be honest.
Your thoughts on the 11?
I mean, I think the changes that he's made, he's obviously made the changes because he's thought there's going to be some form of European hangover. But the players that came in, they didn't really do a lot. I thought Raskin actually got on the ball pretty well the first half. I just said to you boys walking back to the pub there that Raskin and Barron for me are far too much alike, dropping back in between the centre backs. Also play a very similar role, but. Yeah, I just thought I was really wanting us to come out flying today, like we have been in games, but we just looked a bit of a different team.
Yeah, the first half wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. I thought Rangers, we controlled the game to a degree, but without really doing very much with it. And look, Hibs didn't come to try and play. They tried to wait for Rangers to move into their half before they would even try a press, which we've seen doesn't really suit this Rangers team. Come on, very much is set up in the terms of trying to pull teams onto them so he can play in behind them, etc. But it didn't really work. It was all a bit passive, wasn't it? It was all about there was no great zing in the match, there was no great tempo, and we were really struggling to break through the middle of Hibs anyway, and it was resulting in ball going wide, ball into the box. Igaman not being where Dessers usually is, I think, was a problem, and I'm not saying that's his problem, it's just the way that we've been playing football recently, and it was all a bit meh.
Yeah, quite predictable to play against Rangers. I could see what Rangers were doing. They're trying to draw Hibs out. Hibs are quite happy to give Rangers the ball and let them play in front of them. Hibs are well organised, I thought, at the back and in the middle. They knew their jobs, Hibs, and we struggled. And we struggle against, this is not a new thing, we struggle against teams like this to break them down. And you're right, we resort to playing balls over the top, down the wing, etc. And it just gets predictable for me. And I agree with the middle of the park for me with Barron and Raskin. Too similar, but then again it comes back to recruitment in terms of we don't really have anyone else to bring in there at all.
No, Jamie, the closest chance we got before the goal was a kind of flicked header from McCausland of all people that went just up over the bar. Apart from that, there isn't much to go on, there really isn't. Hibs got up the other end of the park a couple of times, again without really being too dangerous. Butland and the Hibs keeper, they've not really done much all day, to be fair to either of them.
Yeah, I think Hibs in the first half had the much better chances than us. I think they had one that the boy, don't know, the Japanese boy, he actually looked not bad by the way.
I think he's the one from Celtic.
The one that Butland tipped round the post, but they just seemed to be pinging the ball about much better than us. They had better passage of play. They just we didn't look, it just looks like bipolar Rangers. We didn't look anything like the team that started on Thursday, so we need to do something quick to find that form again.
Yeah, kind of out of nowhere, not really out of nowhere, but Tom Lawrence curls a beautiful finish. I mean, it is. Where we were sitting in the club deck, very fortunate. As soon as it left his boot, I was like, that is going in. There is no doubt about it. There was a 95-minute check for offside because Kevin Clancy tried to figure out how to work VAR. But it stood. We were all happy. Ali, I thought, that's a real positive, the fact that we're going to go in, hopefully a goal up anyway. But the finish from Tom Lawrence is brilliant.
Yeah.
Scott, do you want to be on the pod?
As Scott says to say in the background,
The owner's trying to put us off there.
He's trying to put us off, but you're very, very, very professional in this podcast.
Very professional, so thank you very much.
But yeah, I'll be honest, before Tom Lawrence did that, Rangers, I didn't see us scoring, to be honest. I thought we were going to go in at half-time 0-0, but Tom Lawrence has a bit of magic in him in times, and it's, I mean, we were sitting in the club deck, Carney, what a view we had from behind it. As soon as it went on his right foot, you knew it was curling in the top corner, and it was a fantastic goal, but I seen the lights just flag up, and as soon as that, it takes the kind of wind out your sails, but went to VAR, long period, and goal given, so fantastic goal.
He gets enough criticism, Tom Lawrence, and I think rightfully so at some points, mate.
Yeah.
I do think there wasn't a great deal from him other than that goal today, but fair play to him, it's a cracking finish.
That's obviously why he's got him in. That's why it's
And
his
there's no
boy.
doubt that Clement likes him.
It's
There's
why
no
it's
doubt.
why it's why it's his boy. Like it's a match winning goal. It's an absolute pearler. It's right in the top bag. And actually, when you look at it back, it was well onside too. So I'm glad they got that right and actually went to VAR properly. So Tom Lawrence, for the foreseeable, is going to be in that team because he can create moments like this that ultimately at the end of the day, boys, it's won us a game.
Yeah,
that goal, so you need to give him his dues.
Absolutely, give him his dues. Rangers then conceded a penalty for a handball. I think it was Suter. I've not seen it back. At that again went to VAR. As soon as he goes to the screen, you pretty much know that he's going to award a penalty. We were uttering the words. Literally, me and Alan and Gordon, that I sit next to, uttered the words, has Jack Butland ever saved a penalty?
We said that as well.
Never saved a penalty, and he did today. He very much did today. He got us out of jail a little bit, Ali, and got us out at half time at 1-0. At half time, I was thinking, Iggerman's not done very much. I wouldn't have been against bringing Dessers on. The biggest concern for me in the whole time that he was on the pitch was Tierney. I thought it would have made sense to bring Barami on the left hand side and move McCausland out to the right and take Tierney off.
Yes, Butland's save was good, to be fair, but I'll caveat it with it was a
terrible penalty.
Awful penalty. I think it was their number 99. Obviously they've got a 99 as well. He's not very good. That's a wee dig at Danilo there. Folk got me raging for that one.
Poor guy's injured and
I
you're
know,
giving him
I'm giving him
pelters. You're probably not even in the stadium today, you're giving him pelters.
But yeah, but Tierney for me, I agree. I would have put McCausland on the right hand side and obviously we'll put the Albanian boy, I keep forgetting his bloody name, Barami on the left hand side. Tierney's a one trick pony for me. He's so left footed, he's so easy to play against as a defender. I don't see what he is. He's a discussion. He is a discussion, Tierney, and I know we've discussed him for the best part of 3-4 weeks now.
Club Deck Corner, there might be a bit of a segment on him on Tuesday, I think. Jamie, into the second half, I uttered the words to myself, can it be worse than the first? My goodness, it was.
It was possibly one of the worst second halves I've seen at Ibrox. In a while.
We've seen a lot.
It was all we have. I was like, get me back at Hampden, by the way. Like, at least we were playing no bad football at Hampden, but no, it was so flat.
We didn't
and it was
get
one of these ones too. Like I said to you boys walking back, it's like Hibs when they got the ball made it work. They put really good passes of play together. They were pinging the ball about nicely. They looked like the team that were at home. Strangely enough, so it was just the age-old thing of, when's it going to be? When's this goal going to be? Is it going to be at the end of is it going to be the 88th minute killer? Or is it going to be an injury time? You felt it coming, but this can't happen. We needed to make this. So when we get a goal, we need to go and bury the game. It's one thing we can't do. It was the same on Thursday night. I know we got the goal later on, but we need to, when we have these chances, put the game to bed.
Yeah, the best chance, Iggerman only lasted 10 minutes and Dessers came on for him, and the best chance for us did fall to Dessers, a header from point blank range. I've not seen it back, but I don't know how he hasn't scored it. I really don't. Again, I would need to see it back, but it does look like an absolute sitter for me. And Ali, I was sitting beginning to think, I've seen this movie far too many times, and look, I think we're right to think it. Rangers didn't really kick into gear at any point, and I'm sorry if I'm being really harsh, honestly I am. We didn't show anything that we'd seen from us on Thursday night. It wasn't there today. There was no continuation of it. And I say I'm not being naive enough to think that I expect Rangers to be at the same level as we were against Malmo, but you expect to see at least some signs of it. But today was just a kind of fumble over the line to get us out there to get our Ibrox with 3 points today.
Yeah, you can always say what you see, and I'd like to think we say that in this podcast, but the second half was dreadful. I thought Hibs controlled the second half and most of it. I thought they're better on the ball than us. The basics for me, I just thought we just didn't do it. Couldn't pass to each other. I thought a player would pass and then not take responsibility. I just thought there was players not wanting the ball at times, and it was. I agree with you. I thought we were absolutely dreadful that second half. Dreadful. And it's a shame. It's a Jekyll and Hyde we get with Rangers at the moment, but you can praise them on Thursday night. As I said to you, Carrie, walking down the road, I think Europa League is a
unpressurised environment.
Yes, and I think that's why you get performances in Europe, because they don't have the pressure there when it comes to games. As Rangers have to win games at the moment. I mean, Aberdeen were 8 points clear of us before we kicked off today, let alone Celtic, and we just looked very sluggish that second half, and I just, there was no positives for me in the second half.
We seen that again. I'm not going to. Well, don't know if I should make too much of this. I didn't even know if I was to mention it. Tierney for me was poor, right, and he got criticised at one point for passing the ball backwards when he should have turned and ran with it, and he made a gesture. I don't know if it was towards the manager or towards the fans. If it's towards the fans, my God, he's going to learn the hard way. That's what I'm going to say. But the guy is not improving for me. He's not showing anything anywhere near enough. Jamie, we then seen a number of changes. We ended up with 3 right backs on the pitch. James Tavernier, Dujon Sterling, and Casemiro were all on the pitch. I've got no idea what
like playing against a wall.
And he took Raskin off and put Dowell on. Dowell's not good enough to play for Rangers, as simple as that. By the end it was flinging. It looked like it, and again, sorry for being, if I'm really being overcritical, it looked like Clement had flung things at a wall and hoped something would stick.
I don't understand how Kieran Dowell's still in this squad. He was one of the players that I thought would have been out the door first.
Yeah.
Clement seems to see something in it, even just as a squad player coming on. That change really it totally baffled me. Didn't understand it. I mean, from the perspective of playing domestic games against teams like Hibs at home, when they didn't have the ball, they were very well set up. The reason that Europe suits us is because it's so much more open. Watch us go and perform against Lyon next Thursday, because the game will be open. So give Hibs their dues, right? They were really well set up, and they were in 2 very, very well structured banks. The issue for us is at the moment, and as you said, we've got 2 right backs on the pitch. We need 3, and Dujon Sterling, who plays pretty much everywhere, but striker. Yeah. But we need players with a bit more creative flair that are able to unlock these defences, and that's the problem for me. As the season rolls on, we're only going to be getting more of this. Teams are going to come to Ibrox and they're going to park the bus, and we need to find a way to get through that, and that's in today's testament to that. I would say. Yeah,
we did get through it, and I am delighted that Rangers won. Of course I am, but it feels a little bit like the bubbles burst after Thursday night's performance. That's all I'm going to say, because I did expect more today, and I don't think it's unfair for me to think that. But look, it is 3 points. We have managed to do it. We gave away the inevitable last minute corner kick, as you've got to in games like that, but we do get out of there. Ali, you've got to hope that's nothing but a blip. You really do got to hope it's nothing but a blip, because the big games are just going to keep on coming.
Yeah, like I say, it's Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know what you're going to get game to game with Rangers. I agree with Jamie. Thursday night will be a completely different game. We're playing against a good Lyon team that will come and play against us, so the game will open up. It'll suit Rangers. But then next Sunday you've got a St Johnstone team who just got hammered yesterday off of Celtic. Come to Ibrox, who will set up 2 buses and frustrate us next Sunday. That's where we struggle. We've struggled for years on it, but the only positive from today was it's 3 points and we move on.
Jamie, 3 points, and thank you for coming on the pod.
3 points.
I want a drink. You're just starting with a beer. I've got to hold one hand, so I don't have my other hand free. Unfortunately, right now.
You see, I'm actually needing another one here.
My pint's staring at me.
I'm needing another one here. I'm kind of getting dry. So I'm glad we're finishing up. But no, you're right, mate. It's the case of 3 points up the road and move on to
And no
Thursday.
man of the match has been mentioned.
Yeah, no, because there was no man in the match.
I don't
There was no man in the
think
match.
you can give a man of the match today. I really don't. I think it was
I
poor,
thought John
poor
Suter was
overall.
decent. I'll give
thought
him a
Barry
second.
was all right too, but-
Suited and proper again. I think defensively, I think that they seem like a unit. They seem like they're working together.
Yeah.
When balls are coming in the box, and they put a lot of balls in the box.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like we spoke about on Friday, Scott. There seems to still be a chemistry between them. So
Yeah.
that take the positives from that. Do you know what I mean? And let's try and find a way to unlock next time.
Positive of today is our two centre halves have a partnership. That's kind of all we're going on.
Is that half a positive?
I know, Ali, thanks very much.
No problem. Like I say, we'll probably
Hurry up, we need to drink.
we'll digest it and we'll come back on Tuesday and sort of hopefully Ryan will be on to give us some negativity.
Negativity. Jamie, cheers.
Scott needs a pint, so I'm not going to say anymore. Good to see you.
Thanks everyone. We will be back on Tuesday with Club Deck Corner. And yeah, look, it's all about the win. I get that, but still, not the performance we were maybe all hoping for. But we'll speak to you on Tuesday. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.